Good evening once again, and welcome into the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Adam Birch alongside you, getting set for game number 2 of this back half of the doubleheader. 2-game set for the Hardhats on day 2 of the Firecracker tournament. And they face the Rocky Mountain Lobos here in game 2. This is the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show presented by J&J Truck and Auto Body. For the highest quality work and hassle-free customer service, let J&J take away your stress. That's J&J Truck and Auto Body on East Philadelphia Street in Rapid City. Hardhats fell at the hands of Papillion, Nebraska, 8-6 in game 1. Game that just kind of slipped through their fingers in the top of the 7th after taking the lead for the first time in the bottom half. And ended up falling 8-6 to Papillion. So the Hardhats 0-2 here at the Firecracker tournament. They are 29-18 overall coming into now game 3 overall here at the Firecracker. First pitch, ceremonial first pitch delivered by an active military personnel. Strike down the middle and gets a shake of the hands by all the Hardhats as well. Just about set for baseball. No delay for game 2. We had a slight lightning delay for game 1, but about ready to get underway for game 2. Lee Negebauer takes the mound along with the Hardhats to start game number 2. Lee Negebauer, the southpaw. He faces a Rocky Mountain Lobos lineup that is built by Connect Home Center. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center has been your hometown lumberyard since 1928. And the lineup looks like this. It's Nate Eliason, the second baseman, to lead things off. Phoenix West, the third baseman, bats second, followed by Kieran Lawing, the center fielder. Brady Hall, the pitcher, bats fourth. Ross Frank, the shortstop, fifth. Christian Wood, the left fielder, bats sixth. Trey Lindenfeld bats seventh. He's the catcher. First baseman Eric Berquist bats eighth, and Derek Luther, the right fielder, bats ninth for the Rocky Mountain Lobos. And head coach Scott Bullock. On the other side, the post-22 Hardhats sends Zeke Farley, the center fielder, to the plate first. Amarian Saylor, the left fielder, bats second, followed by Wyatt Anderson, the third baseman. Harrison Good in the cleanup spot. He's in right field. Dylan Marsh, the second baseman, bats fifth. Alex Dietrich, the first baseman, sixth. Kai Jackson, the designated hitter, seventh. Jake Solano does the catching. He bats eighth. And then Wilson Kiefer rounds out the lineup at the shortstop position for head coach Kelvin Torvey, along with Coach Nick Ewing and Coach Ryan Clapprich of the Post-22 Hardhats. Ceremonial tap of the Hardhats around Lee Negebauer. This crowd here tonight has stuck around for game number 2. They want to see the doubleheader action. They want to see a Hardhats victory. Be the first this season at the Firecracker. Lee Negebauer to start the game for the Hardhats. He works out of the windup on the far third base side of the rubber. The Hardhats still in their all-white uniforms. Rocky Mountain in a black top and white pants. Negebauer into his first wind. He kicks and deals, and the first pitch misses high for ball 1. Underway at 8:16 local Mountain time for game 2. And the final game of day 2 here at the Firecracker tournament. Negebauer into the wind, kicks and deals the 1-0, swung on and missed by Nate Eliason. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rocky Mountain in their black tops have Lobos across the chest, I believe. And the 1-1 is strike 2 called at the knees. In kind of a gold lettering and an orange trim. Makes it kind of a fiery fill. The 1-2. Line drive, hooking right field side. Harrison good lays out. He can't get there. One bounces into his glove. Eliason, a big turnaround first, but he stays put there. Leadoff single for the Lobos. Good effort by Harrison Good. Tried to lay out, and luckily for him, the ball did not go past him. Setting some the whole field in shadows, but the stadium lights yet to take effect with the sunlight across the outfield fence, the top of the outfield fence. Left-handed bat of Phoenix West, the third baseman. The bat 1 on, nobody out, and West swings through the first pitch, fastball outside part, 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup with Negebauer on the mound. Lee Negebauer, 16 1/3 innings so far this season. Making his third start, 11th appearance overall. A pickoff move over to first. Eliason dives back in. A 1-3 record, 2 saves and 2 opportunities, 12 hits, 16 runs, 13 earned, 16 strikeouts to 15 walks and 1 hit batter, a 5.57 ERA for Negebauer. He misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike on West. But Lee Negebauer has looked very good his last couple outings, ever since really coming back up to the varsity level. Lies in a strong lead at first, and he gets dive back in there on the pickoff move. Negebauer's last outing, he went 2 2/3. Record the win against Yankton, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And the 1-1, a called strike 2 on the left-handed bat of West. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Hardhats are 0-2 here at the Firecracker. A look at where the Lobos are. 1-2, outside edge called strike 3. And Negebauer sits down West looking for out number 1. Here's Kieran Lawing. Rocky Mountain has played in 1 game, and it was the very first game of the Firecracker way back at 9 o'clock yesterday morning. It was a 7-4 loss to Rock Canyon. Throw down to second on the stolen base attempt, and it's not in time as Eliason swipes second. So basically the entire day off here today, and Rocky Mountain will not play their doubleheader until Sunday. Tomorrow they play the 9 o'clock game once again against Premier West. 1-0, a strike across the belt on Lawing, the center fielder. He bats from the right side. In their doubleheader, they will play Millard South and Papillion. 1-1, fouled straight back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count. On Lawing. The pitcher, Brady Hall, on deck. He will at least bat from the right side. Not sure what he throws yet. We've seen pitchers in the past bat right, throw left. The 1-2, inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So just because he bats from the right side does not mean the Hardhats will face a right-hander on the mound. Two, a man on second and 1 out. And misses a touch high, maybe outside as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes. kind of a maroon stripe around the top of the sleeve on the black jersey as well. And Negebauer steps off and looks Eliason back to second. Defense alignment for the Hardhats. Martin Saylor in left field, Zeke Farley the center fielder, Harrison Good in right field. Wyatt Anderson the third baseman, Wilson Kiefer the shortstop. Payoff pitch swung on and missed by Long. He goes down swinging out number 2. Dylan Marsh, the second baseman, and Alex Dietrich, the first baseman, with Jake Solano doing the catching for Lee Negebauer on the mound. 2 outs and a man at second. Brings up Brady Hall. Hall, his hands right above his shoulders. His back kind of leaning back and downwards. Negebauer set in the stretch on the far third base side, and he misses high for ball 1, a fastball. Runner on second, the speedy Eliason. The 1-0. Foul tipped back to the screen, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. I believe on the chest, the black jerseys is 1875. Not sure exactly what that means. 1-1, misses. Nope, it's called a strike at the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes. Pitcher against pitcher, Negebauer against Hall. And Negebauer stares down Eliason and steps off. And ball 2 misses down and inside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. Two from Negebauer, down and in, blocked by Solano. Count runs 4-3-2 now. Payoff pitch upcoming. Negebauer to Hall. Shakes off a sign from Solano. Now comes set. Kicks and deals the 3-2. Fouled straight back and out of play. Almost by the Qdoba tents. Set up next to the concession stands. Negebauer ready once again. Solano sets up down and away. The payoff pitch misses high. Ball 4. Puts runners on first and second with 2 gone. After the walk. And now Ross Frank. Frank bats from the right side. Shorter width stance. And a black ankle brace on his front left foot. Foul tipped off the mask of Solano, 0-1. Top of the first were scoreless. A game originally scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. Didn't start until 8:16. 0-1, called a strike on the inside edge, 0-2. And that was in part thanks to a half-hour plus lightning delay before game 1 of this doubleheader. 2 strikes to Frank, and it misses downstairs, 1-2. Some dark clouds moving overhead once again. with the setting sun, but it doesn't look like there's much rain with them. 1-2, runner bluffs a steal to third, and it misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 gone. Frank rests the bat on his back right shoulder. Pops it up as Negebauer comes set. The 2-2, just got a piece of it. Fouls it straight back to the screen, and we'll do the 2-2 once again. Negebauer, that was his 26th pitch of the opening inning. 2-2. Line drive right at Zeke Farley underneath of it, and he makes the grab out number 3. So Lobos held off the scoreboard. They strand 2 in their first half inning at the plate. Hardhats to bat for the first time against Rocky Mountain when we return on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
We are your community. We are your neighbors. Our family of doctors are invested in our community. At Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, we are honored to help you along the journey from injury to recovery. You have a choice with Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Bottom of inning number 1, and the Hardhats ready to bat against Brady Hall, the right-hander for the Rocky Mountain Lobos. One more quick look at the Hardhats lineup. It's Zeke Farley, the center fielder, who leads things off. Amarian Saylor, the left fielder, bats second. Third baseman Wyatt Anderson bats third. Right fielder Harrison Good bats fourth. Dylan Marsh is the second baseman. He bats fifth. Alex Dietrich at first base, sixth. Kai Jackson, the designated hitter, seventh. Jake Solano does the catching. He bats eighth. And Wilson Kiefer, the shortstop, bats ninth for the Hardhats. Defensive lineman for the Lobos: Christian Wood in left field, Kieran Lawing in center field, Derek Luther, the right fielder. Phoenix West, the third baseman, Ross Frank, the shortstop, Nate Eliason, the second baseman, as Hall delivers strike one, a called strike across the knees on Zeke Farley. Eric Berquist, the first baseman, and Trey Lindenfeld, the catcher, for Brady Hall on the mound. 0-1 is fouled away, right side out of play, 0-2 on the leadoff man for the Hardhats. Hall works solely out of the stretch from the right side, right down the middle of the rubber, and the 0-2 chopped up the first base line. It's fair, and Berquist steps on the first base bag, 3 unassisted for out number 1. Brings up Amarian Saylor. Scoreless after 1/2 inning of play. Amarian Saylor bats from the right side. First pitch to him is a ball outside for ball 1. Saylor, a couple of hits in game 1. RBI double and a single, 2 runs scored. And Saylor bounces one to the left side. The shortstop, Ross Frank, fields and fires the first in time, out number 2. The Hardhats just 3 hits in Game one. They have got to hit the ball better here against Rocky Mountain. Once again, not to beat it around the bush, but the Hardhats were lucky to be in that ball game at all against Papillion, being out-hit. Something along the lines of, well, let's pull it up. 14-3, they were out-hit in game one. A 1 to Anderson, fouls away another one off the indoor facility, and he's down in the count, 0-2. Brady Hall only at 7 pitches. And the 0-2 to Anderson, outside by a hair. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs and nobody on. The 1-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Lindenfeld. And the Hardhats go down in order in their half of the first. We're scoreless after 1 inning of play. Back in a moment for the second inning here at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark, right here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. We're scoreless after 1 inning of play, so we head to the second, and Christian Wood to bat 6, 7, and 8, scheduled to hit against Lee Negebauer. The Lobos stranded 2 in the top of the first. Wood bats from the right side. He's a left fielder, and a gorgeous rainbow over the left field fence. And a called strike 1 on Christian Wood. Negebauer into the line. The 0-1 is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a very brief rain shower before game 1. Nothing to give way over. The 1-1, bouncer left side through the gap into left field. And Wood is on with a leadoff single. So each of the first 2 innings, Wood has, or the Lobos rather, have had the leadoff man on base. Runner on first, nobody out. Trey Lindenfeld, the catcher. That's from the right side in open stance. Negebauer looks in, works out of the stretch. Set at the chest. A peek at first, side steps and delivers, and Lindenfeld swings right through it. 0-1. Hardhats defense in double play depth. No double plays by either team in game 1. 0-1 outside, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. pretty much straight up outside of trying for the double play. And a called strike 2 on the outside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Wind continuing to blow lightly, right to left or straight in. And Lindenfeld asks for time. Here's the 1-2 from Negebauer. A little blooper into left field. Long run for Amarian Saylor. He runs underneath of it, makes the grab, out number 1. Nice play by Saylor. Wood trots back to first. 1 out, man on first. Eric Berquist, the first baseman, steps in on the right side. A rainbow starting to fade away. And all the way overhead and behind the ballpark as well. Just a picturesque sight as Negebauer checks on the runner at first. Set at the chest, the first pitch to Berquist. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Negebauer, as mentioned, his last appearance was very good. He didn't allow a hit, or he didn't allow any runs, rather, against Yankton. Just 1 hit came in relief in that ball game, and went 2 2/3. Misses downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Negebauer, a long pause, kicks and deals the 1-1, down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Lobos 2 hits in this ball game. The Hardhats have none, as they went down in order in the first inning. Negebauer kicks and deals the 2-1. A shallow fly ball in right field. Long run for Harrison. Good. Foul territory. Dylan Marsh slides and makes the grab. What a nice play by Dylan Marsh out of his second base position. And that's out number 2. Lost his hard hat on the play. Marsh, Dietrich, and Good all came in, and looked like for a moment it was going to drop, but Marsh kind of came out of nowhere into my line of sight. Made the grab for out number 2. Here's Derek Luther. He bats from the right side and looks at a called strike 1 just above the knees, 0-1. Runner at first is still Christian Wood after his leadoff single. This one a fly ball to left, right at Amarian Saylor. A few steps to his right, he makes the grab, out number 3. Lobos held scoreless. We're scoreless after 1.5. Hardhats to bat for the second time. After this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore has provided a full range of legal services for over 40 years in Rapid City. As one of the largest and highly respected law firms in western South Dakota and multi-state region, our expert team of diversified attorneys offer a very personalized style of legal representation. Whether it's support and recommendations with legal documents or the strongest proponent in a court of law, trusting who you hire as your advocate is vital in achieving the best results. Contact the experienced professionals today at Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore Attorneys at Law.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Harrison Good to lead things off in the Hardhats' second inning against Brady Hall. 4, 5, and 6 after the Hardhats went down in order in the first, and Harrison Good jumps all over the first pitch, but swings right through it. 0-1. Hall out of the stretch, the 0-1. Downstairs, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. A strike at the knees, outside edge. Now a ball and 2 strikes on Good. Tap of the plate on the right side. Good, Marsh, and Dietrich. The 3 scheduled. The 1-2. Thought about it. Fastball upstairs, and on the appeal, no swing. Good, held up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Hall delivers, and Good just got a piece of it. Do the 2-2 once again. Hall set at the belt, and the 2-2. High, ball 3. It's good to see Harrison Good lay off of the high fastball. Difficult pitch to lay off. Payoff pitch. High, ball 4, and Good draws a leadoff walk. First base runner of the ball game for the Hardhats. It brings up Dylan Marsh. Marsh bats from the right side. He went 0 for 3 in game 1. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Good, has some speed at first. Marsh and then Dietrich will hit. And a pickoff move to first. Good dives back in safely. Marsh at second base defensively. Ever since coming off of his injury to start the season, it's basically been a staple there. And he looks at ball 2 downstairs. Hall comes set after a peek at first. And Marsh swings right through the 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. Good off of first, nobody out. Hall, a pickoff move over to first, not in time. Hardhats would love to get into the hit column early on in this ball game. And the 2-1 misses outside off the glove of the catcher. Throw down, not in time. Good up to second on kind of a delayed take on the wild pitch. And in scoring position for the Hardhats now, 3 balls and a strike on Marsh. Hall from the belt, kicks and deals. 3-1 is strike 2 at the knees. Payoff pitch now to Dylan Marsh. Ready in the payoff. Good takes off for third. Marsh swings right through it for strike 3, and Good dives in safely without a throw. So a stolen base of third base. 1 out because of the strikeout. That's out number 1 and the second overall for Hall. Brings up Alex Dietrich. 2 taps to the plate on the right side. First pitch to Dietrich, down to a knee, swings right through it. 0-1. So the opening run of this contest, standing 90 feet away, less than 2 outs. 0-1, swing and a miss, high fastball, went after it. 0-2 on Dietrich. 0-2, chopper left side, good will score. Dietrich is thrown out at first, 6-3. Ross Frank making the play, but it's 1-0 Hardhats on the RBI groundout. Now Kai Jackson, empty base paths with 2 outs. Hardhats still without a hit, but they lead 1-0. First pitch to Jackson, a bouncer left side on one bounce to Phoenix West. A wild throw, and Jackson is safe at first as the first baseman Berquist pulled his back foot. So an error on the scoreboard by the third baseman West allows Jackson to reach. Brings up Jake Solano. Solano, game 1 off, and catches for the back half of the doubleheader. Goes after the first pitch and goes right through. 0-1. Solano from the right side. Hall kicks and deals. Solano drops down a bunt in front of the third baseman. Going to be a tough play for West, and he doesn't have a play. Now Jackson tries for third, and he slides right into a tag. No one covering third base, and Jackson thrown out. Actually, just 5 unassisted for out number 3. 1-0 Hardhats. They're on the board. We end the third after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Top of inning number 3, Lee Nagebauer back to the mound. Now holding on to a 1-0 lead for the Hardhats. And he'll face the top of the order in Nate Elias. I believe Solano was credited with a single, and he was. But a base running mistake ended the inning. As Jackson was thrown out trying to go first to third on a ground ball to the third baseman West, because no one was covering third base. Nagebauer into the line in the first pitch to Nate Elias, and he offers at it, and he misses. Strike 1. Scored the bunt. Elias and a single to lead off the ball game. Second at bat here against Nagebauer. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Didn't miss by much. Negebauer likes the sign from Solano, and into the wind he goes. The 1-1, inside and down, 2 balls and a strike. And Eliason stole second base, but was stranded there. To 1 wind. Popped foul out of play right side. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff man here for the Lobos in the top of the 3rd. They've gained a leadoff man on base in each of the first 2 innings. And Eliason was one of them, but both times it was a single against Negebauer. Those are the lone 2 hits. Eliason goes down looking, a called strike 3. Negebauer sits him down, and then strikeout number 3 overall for Lee Negebauer. Out number 1. Now Phoenix West, lefty on lefty matchup. He struck out looking for the first out in the first inning. A pseudo shift put on by the Hardhats. Kiefer almost up the middle when West squares the bunt, offers at it, and he drops it foul. 0-1. So with Anderson playing well off the third base line, West thought about dropping down a bunt to the third base side, I would presume. That's where he would try and place the baseball. Anderson ready, kind of creeping in at third. Negebauer from the line, the 0-1, misses up and away. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Negebauer in this top of the 3rd inning, through 2 1/3, he's at 47 pitches. Here's his 48th, and it's foul tipped off the mask of Solano back to the backstop, and a ball and 2 strikes the count now. Action moment given to Jake Solano behind the plate for taking that one off the mask. Solano relays the sign to Negebauer, sets up down and away the 1-2. A lined foul down the third base line opposite field. Really, anytime the Hardhats face a left-handed bat, they put on this shift. The second baseman is well into the 4-3 gap and actually into the outfield turf. The 1-2. Line drive, leaping attempt by Marsh. He can't get there. Harrison Good, a wild throw, and it goes over Jake Solano's head, and up to second goes West. Give Good credit. He tried to throw out Phoenix West at first. We've seen that a couple of times, but that one was well offline. So it's a single and an E9. Runner in scoring position. That's the tying run. Now the 3-bat of Kieran Lawing. 1 out. Negebauer from the stretch. Likes the sign from Solano. Steers down the runner at second and delivers strike 1. Call it across the belt. Lawing, a strikeout victim of Negebauer's in the first inning. Ready once again and stares down the runner. The 0-1, breaking ball, maybe a cross above the signs. Solano out of his crouch and caught that one kind of awkwardly, and now Solano wants to have a word with Negebauer. Make sure they're on the same page, especially with the runner on base. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Egebauer waits for Solano's sign and comes set. The 1-1, fouled straight back and out of play. Right by the Qdoba booth. Hopefully that didn't land in somebody's nachos. A ball and 2 strikes, the count now on line. 1-2, popped up, right side out of play. And we'll do it again. 1-2. Runner still on second, 1 out. Kind of a long taking third inning. Egebauer ready. And the 1-2. Fouled straight back. So Long stays alive. Long, the center fielder, has not seen action in the field. Now he's having to make a defensive play here tonight. The 1-2, fouled straight back out of play. Lang and Egebauer locked in a battle as Egebauer is up over 50 pitches. Set once again, still a ball and 2 strikes. And it bounces off the play, blocked by Solano. Now ball 2. I'm not sure how many pitches in this at-bat that is. And it has to be quite a few, I would guess 8 or 9. The 2-2 fouled back, and we'll do it again. Let's count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the 8th. Actually, this will be the 9th. And another foul ball. We'll see a 10th pitch in this at-bat. What a battle. Either way, a quality at-bat for Kieran Lang. Where does Egebauer go for that strikeout pitch? And even at this point, you're not even really hoping for a strikeout at this point. Just anything in the field of play. Two. Line drive, hooking left field side. And it's caught by Amarian Saylor in left center field. Finally, Lang is retired on a fly to left. He saw 11 pitches in his at-bat. Out number 2. Out Brady Hall. And Egebauer just steps off and looks west back to second. Boy, everyone was focused on the batter Lang. Do remember that there's still a runner on second base in West. First pitch to the pitching counterpart, Brady Hall, misses high and tight, ball 1. Ready in the 1-0. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Quickly, Egebauer down in the count after that long at-bat that he eventually won. Be interesting to see the statistics. The longer the at-bat goes, the accuracy of if the pitcher wins more, or the batter, my guess. Fatigue on both sides, but say for the most part, the pitcher wins. Because even if you bat and you get a hit 1 out of 3 times, you're still a very good hitter. 2-1 is high, 3 balls and a strike. 2 outs, runner at second, 1-0 Hardhats. Negebauer comes set at the chest, kicks and deals the 3-1, fouled straight back out of play. Said that a few times in this inning. And the count runs full, 3-2. And it's tough as a fielder in those long at-bats to stay locked in. Especially after not needing to move for most of those foul balls. The payoff pitch, line drive to right field, hooking. Harrison good a long run, he won't get there. It bounces up against the wall, a run comes in and scores. Hall digging for third, the throw comes in, it's cut off. The throw to third not in time, Brady Hall, an RBI triple. And we're tied at 1. West scores easily with the 2 outs. And now Ross Frank. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Frank flied to center his first trip. First pitch to Frank. Downstairs, ball 1. So Hall off of third, the 1-0. Strike across the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hardhats will face the Missoula Mavericks tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with fireworks to follow. The 1-1, downstairs, blocked by Solano. 2 balls and a strike on Ross Frank. Black elbow protector on his front left elbow. The 2-1, strike on the outside edge, 2-2. Looking for that elusive strike 3. And a long inning on the mound for Negebauer, approaching 70 pitches. This will be his 70th. And it bounces in front of the plate past Solano, goes back to the backstop, and Hall dives in safely. Rocky Mountain takes the lead 2-1.
A little bit. It's a mix. I'm whiter than white.
Payoff pitch upcoming to Ross Frank. Empty base paths now, and 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Out straight back off the screen. 1-2 out at 3-2. Just past the 9 o'clock hour local mountain time. Payoff. Again, and it's a line drive, base hit in front of Harrison Good in right field. 2 outs, single for Ross Frank. And the inning continues. Here comes Coach Clapperidge out of the dugout to have a word with Negebauer. Coach Clapperidge waves off the rest of the Hardhats infield. Just wants to chat with Negebauer and Solano, mostly with Negebauer. But now at 73 pitches through 2 2/3. And just trying to gain that final out. Might be running out of steam. The new batter will be Christian Wood, a single in his lone at-bat. He's 1 for 1. Wood bats from the right side. Not with a Wood bat, though. First pitch to Wood. Downstairs, ball 1. So day 3 of the Firecracker tournament. Tomorrow, as Rocky Mountain Lobos Club plays right away tomorrow morning after a late night tonight. 1-0 misses down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. They face Premier West tomorrow morning. 2-0. Down back, out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Then in game 2, Rock Canyon plays Papillion at 11:30. Millard South and Papillion play at 2 o'clock. Millard South and Terre Haute play at 4:30. And then the 7 o'clock game features Missoula and the Hardhats. 2-1, high, ball 3. Three balls and a strike. Negbauer trying to dig deep. I guess the Hardhats would send a reliever down. And it misses high, ball 4. Two on, 2 outs. 2-1 our score. The new batter is Trey Lindenfeld, the catcher. Lindenfeld is 0 for 1. Negbauer delivers the first pitch inside, ball 1. 2-1 our score, a long top of the 3rd. Negbauer stares down the runner, the 1-0. Check swing, foul ball. And it's strike 1. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Negbauer ready, and the 1-1. Fouled back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes now. Should this long inning continue, Eric Berquist would be next. Negbauer's 82nd pitch. The 1-2. Fly ball to right field, Harrison Good. First step back and now in, and he makes the grab out number 3. Lobos take the lead. It's 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Back in a moment right here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. Bottom of inning number 3 after a long top of the third. Rocky Mountain takes the lead 2-1. And now it'll be Wilson Kiefer, Zeke Farley, and Amarian Saylor to face Brady Hall. Kiefer bats for the first time. Baby blue sleeve on his right arm. Leaves the bat head out in front as Hall comes set. Kicks and deals the first pitch, inside edge, called strike 1. Hardhats out hit in this one 5-1 so far. Both teams with a 1 error on the board as well. The 0-1, foul back to the backstop. 0-2 on Kiefer. Nine 1-2 for the Hardhats. 0-2, fouled straight back out of play. And a bunch of young fans running after that ball. And Kiefer swings through the 0-2. Goes down swinging for out number 1. Third strikeout overall for Brady Hall. Top of the order now. Facing Hall for the second time, it's Zeke Farley. And the first pitch, a strike across the knees. 0-1. Farley fouls it straight back to the screen. Nothing and 2 on Farley. Gorgeous night for baseball. Not hot, not too cold. The 0-2. Downstairs, the ball and 2 strikes. Just above 70 degrees, barely any wind. The rain held off. The 1-2, foul back and out of play. Ball and 2 strikes now on Farley. See another pitch. The 1-2. Chopper up the middle, snagged on a couple hops by Eliason at second. Wild throw, and it goes on past him. And now Farley runs into our umpire, dives back in to first, and he's called out. And Farley is not happy, and I wouldn't be either. He ran into our field umpire, trying to make a turn. The catcher, Lindenfeld, covered first, and he was thrown out. Chopper to the left side, charging the shortstop Ross Frank, and out at first is Amarian Saylor, and the Hardhats go down in order in their half of the third. Trailing 2-1, we head to the fourth. After this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. New arm on the mound for the Hardhats. It'll be Harrison Good to take over on the mound. Good out of the bullpen in relief of Lee Negebauer, who after a long third inning finishes his day at 82 pitches, 51 strikes. So Harrison Good enters a little bit earlier than anyone had hoped. The Hardhats trailing 2-1 and being out hit 5-1. Good winds, kicks, deals, and misses high for ball one. The 1-0. Breaking ball down and away. Eric Berquist, the batter. Popped out in foul territory. A nice play by Dylan Marsh, the second baseman, in the first. And then second, rather. Inside edge called strike one. 2 balls and a strike. Chopper left side wide. Anderson on 2 hops. Gathers, fires, and in time. Round number 1. Now Derek Luther. Luther 0 for 1, a fly ball to left. Looks like Riker Henny is in left field. Marion Saylor, my guess, is in right field. Taking over for Harrison Good. So once again, the Hardhats lose their designated hitter, Guy Jackson. High fly ball left center field. Zeke Farley, playable for him, and he makes the grab out number 2. Two up, 2 gone for the Lobos in the 4th, and now at the top of the order, Nate Eliason. 2-1 our score on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. In favor of Rocky Mountain. Eliason scores the bunt, drops it down, foul. It spins up the third base line. 0-1. The ball's in a strike. Hardhats still with just 1 hit. And it did not come until the Hardhats scored their lone run. 0-1 from Good. Breaking ball bounces in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good into the winds. And the 1-1 chopped to third. Anderson gathers, fires across in time, out number 3. And the Lobos go down in order in their 4th. A very different 4th inning than their long 3rd inning. And it's still 2-1. Hardhats sent back to the bats after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Bottom of inning number 4, Hardhats still trailing 2-1. Wyatt Anderson to lead things off for the Hardhats. And interesting to see Anderson lead things off. Actually, no, I just missed it out. Saylor bounced out to short to end the inning. So 2 balls and no strikes on Anderson. That's my mistake. Hall from the stretch, the 2-0. Inside edge called strike 1. Anderson struck out swinging his first try against Hall. Two-1. Downstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Comes set and the 3-1. High pop-up, right side of the infield, long run for everyone, and out of play. As the catcher, Trey Lindenfeld, kind of crashed into the netting and sent it jiggling. And the young fan in the first row almost caught a glove to the face as well. But everyone's all right. Payoff pitch upcoming to Wyatt Anderson. Here it is. Line drive, base hit in right field, hooking into the corner, but it's caught off, and it's a leadoff single for Anderson. Good hustle by Derek Luther to cut that ball off and prevent extra bases. And now Harrison Good. Good walked and scored the lone run for the Hardhats in the second. That walk was to lead off the second inning. So the Hardhats have their leadoff base runner on for the second time in 3 innings. Make it 4 innings. Bottom of inning number 4, and Good looks at ball 1 upstairs. 2-1 our score. Second hit of the ball game for the Hardhats. That single off the bat of Anderson. Shot foul off the netting by Dylan Marsh in the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike. The only other hit in this ball game, a bunt single for Jake Solano. The 1-1. Out straight back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. Good now, the pitching counterpart of Brady Hall. Coming in from his right field position. The 1-2. Downstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Set at the belt, Hall. Sidesteps and deals, and it's a high pop-up right side once again. And out of play. Just a bunch of seagulls, the young fans running after the baseballs that go foul. Mine, 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 mine. Didn't catch the reference. That's from Finding Nemo. The 2-2 to Harrison Good. Downstairs, 3-2. Been a long night, folks. Approaching the bottom of the 9 o'clock hour local mountain time. Still lots of ball game left. I'm not tired, are you? Payoff pitch, downstairs, ball 4. Anderson was in motion on the pitch. He's in the second standing up because of the base on balls.
To the plate, number 16, Dylan Marsh.
Dylan Marsh to bat after a mound visit for Rocky Mountain. Coach out of the dugout. My guess that is Scott Bullock. Brings the entire infield around him for a meeting of the minds. Hardhats trailing in this ball game 2-1, and being out hit 5-2, and tied in the errors column 1 apiece. Long mound visit, and our home plate umpire has to break things up. Arch still waiting his first pitch, and now the catcher, Lindenfeld. A quick conversation with the pitcher once again after the long mound visit. Runners on first and second, nobody out against Brady Hall. First pitch to Dylan Marsh. Inside edge called strike 1. 0-1. Marsh struck out in his lone at-bat so far against Brady Hall. And Hall up over 50 pitches. That was his 52nd. Here's his 53rd. And it will come after a fake move back to second. Anderson off of second base, Good off of first. The first baseman, Berquist, playing in front of Good. The 0-1, down and away, scooped by the catcher, Lindenfeld. And now the 1-1 from Hall. Strike 2 called, and Anderson slides into third without a throw. Good potentially missed a steal sign. So runners on the corners, nobody out. Signs relayed in front of the plate by Lindenfeld. The Hardhats might try that stolen base play, trailing by a run. Pickoff move to first. Good dives back in. Still 1-2 on Dylan Marsh. Alex Dietrich on deck. And a high pop up right side. Look out. And it lands over my head. Still 1-2 on Marsh. Good held up that time. Arch ready, and the 1-2 again. Good takes off, a delayed steal attempt. It misses high for a ball, and Good slides into second safely without a throw. So runners on second and third now. Still nobody out. Big spot for the Hardhats. Tying and go-ahead runners in scoring position. Here's the 2-2. Outside by a hair, 3-2. Hall comes set for the payoff. Ready in the 3-2, popped up behind the plate. Foul territory, and it's out of play. And it bounced into the concession stand. No opportunity for a young fan to get that one. And yes, I will only call kids seagulls once on air. But it's funny nonetheless. The payoff pitch to Marsh popped up on the infield right side, playable for the first baseman, and it lands out of play. So Marsh gains new life. Some kids swarming that area, even though the ball stayed in play. Three-two bouncer right side, snagged on a hop, dribbled a little bit, but Marsh is out, 3 unassisted. Run comes in to score. We're tied at 2 as Anderson crosses the plate. RBI ground out, 3 unassisted for Dylan Marsh. So Harrison Good at 30 is the go-ahead run. Alex Dietrich at the plate. And the infield will be brought in for the Lobos. Now all you have to do is send it on a little bit of a rope or send it into the air for a sacrifice fly. Everyone except for the shortstop playing in. Haven't ever seen that. 1 ball and no strikes on Dietrich as it misses inside, ball 1. So the shortstop, Frank, playing back. Everyone else playing on the edge of the green infield turf. The 1-0 misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Hall set once again, the 2-0. High fly ball, shallow right field in is Luther, still coming in. He makes the grab. Harrison Good bluffs the tag, comes in. The throw up the line, blocked, backed up by the pitcher, Hall. And the Hardhats might have regretted that because of the wild throw. Here's Riker Henny. Riker Henny bats for the first time here in either game. The first pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. So Jackson's day is done. Henny takes over in right field, or left field rather. A 1, strike on the outside edge at the knees, 0-2. Setting the 2-strike pitch on Henny. Swung on and missed. High fastball. He goes down swinging, out number 3. So the Hardhats tie things up. We're tied at 2. We head to the 5th after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Top of inning number 5. Harrison Good to retake the hill for the Hardhats. Working in his second inning of work, he sat down Rocky Mountain in order in his first inning in relief. Phoenix West to lead things off, 2, 3, and 4 of the Lobos lineup. And he scores the bunt, pulls back, and it misses up and away, ball 1. Pseudo shift put on for West. No batting gloves on the left side, and he does not square this time. It's a strike on the outside edge, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And now West looks at ball 2. Tableau plate on the left side, good into the line, the 2-1. Inside, 3-1. West on the day, 1 for 2. A single run scored in the 3rd. Now in the 5th. The 3-1 up and away, ball 4. West tossed his bat and just about hit his teammate in the on-deck circle, Kieran Long. So West on base for the second time. Lawing drew an 11-pitch at bat. His last time at the plate ended up flying out to left. First pitch from Harrison Good to Lawing, misses high for ball 1. So Lawing's 0 for 2. He struck out in the first. Both of those 2 at-bats against Lee Negebauer. And a pickoff mover to first as West is back in safely. Saw a firework past the left field wall in front of Dinosaur Hill, the 1-0. High and tight, 2 balls and no strikes. John Whitcraft, our home plate umpire, once again for Game 2. Yogi Milslego in the field. The 2-0. Outside, ball 3. Good in jeopardy of walking back-to-back batters to start the 5th. Pickoff move to first, back in time is West. 3-0 the count. Lots of young fans staying in attendance even as we approach the 10 o'clock hour Mountain Time. 3-0, inside edge called a strike. And it's summertime, why not? No school to contend with. Even though their parents might have work on Saturday morning. 3-1 is strike 2 at the knees. 3-2. Both times, Lawing thought it was ball 4. Now he has to step back in. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball outside, ball 4. So it is eventually ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Brings up the pitcher, Brady Hall. All bats from the right side. I don't believe there is a reliever warming, and there's not for the Lobos. So Brady Hall will come back out for his 5th inning of work. Looks at a called strike 1. Two on, nobody out, tied at 2. Good. From the stretch, double takes his second and fakes a move back to second before the 0-1. Good ready once again. Solano sets up outside the 0-1. Breaking ball, outside edge, called strike two. Exactly where Jake Solano wanted that ball. He hit the zone, 0-2. Brady Hall is 1 for 1, an RBI triple and a run scored. And a walk. 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That triple allowed contact. And into the corner. The 1-2. Runs inside and hits him. So Hall will trot down to first. Base is full, nobody out.
Playing shortstop for 14, Ross Frank.
Tied at 2, bases full. And now Ross Frank. 2 walks and a hit batter in this inning. Good winds, kicks, deals, and a high pop-up. Good underneath of it. Calls everyone off. Makes the grab, out number 1. A huge out number 1 at that. And not too many fielders even moving to contest Harrison Good. Usually he would call off a pitcher, but Harrison, a natural outfielder, sees a lot of fly balls. First pitch now to Christian Wood. Way out of his crouch, Jake Solano, ball 1 upstairs. Bases full, 1 out. We're tied at 2. The 1-0, high, ball 2. Wood up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. The wind, the kick, and the pitch. 2 all called a strike at the knees, 2-1. There's nowhere to put him. Good delivers, the 2-1, runs inside, back to the backstop, caroms back to Solano, and everyone holds up. Took a very lucky carom. But now it's 3 balls and a strike, and it might be a bases loaded walk and a run scored either way. Wood 1 for 1, a single and a walk. The 3-1, outside, ball 4. The bases loaded, a walk. So it's 3 walks and a hit batter in this inning, along with a pop out. And the 3rd run comes across for Rocky Mountain. They lead now 3-2. Mound visit concludes with Ryan Clapperich, Good, and Solano. Bases still loaded and 1 out. New batter will be the catcher, Trey Lindenfeld. He's 0 for 2, and the first pitch pop foul out of play right side. Sends the Seagulls running once again. I swear, it's like they are chasing after food, just swarming the baseballs. All right, that's the last joke about the Seagulls. Lindenfeld down to the count 0-2. Good into the winds. Bases full, 0-2 on Lindenfeld. And another pop-up foul ball out of play. You know the drill. Ready once again, and another 0-2. Up and away, a ball and 2 strikes. Solano wanted it elevated. It was a little bit, but not in the zone east-west. Hardhats will love a ground ball double play, and Lindenfeld asks for time. Ready in the 1-2. Breaking ball popped up, out of play. And we'll do it again. Lindenfeld battling with Good. The 1-2, outside 2-2. That was the 6th pitch of this at-bat. Into the wind he goes in, the 2-2. Breaking ball, chopper to Anderson at third. Coming to the plate, wild throw, and Solano had to leap up out of his stance and off the plate. A run comes in and scores 4-2. It was the right play, and basically the only play for Anderson. But just a little bit wild. It's 4-2. They call it an error on Anderson. E5, and it's 4-2. Fly ball left field, long run for Amarian Sailor. No one will get there. It bounces up the left field line. Another run comes in to score. Everyone moves the 90 feet. It's 5-2. And I believe that was a pinch hitter. New batter is Derek Luther. He's 0-2. And Luther looks at strike 1 at the knees. Base is still full, 1 out. The 0-1, foul back and out of play. Nothing in 2 now. And good into the wind. Here's the 0-2. High and tight. A ball and 2 strikes. Luther ducks out of the way of that one. The 1-2. Breaking ball runs inside and hits it. So bases loaded, hit batter, and it's 6-2 now. Lobos. Fourth run to come across in this inning. And most of them have been because of walks and hit batters. There is an error in there as well, but Hardhats just looking for out number 2 at this point. First pitch to Nate Eliason, fouled away, the 0-1. Line drive, and Base hit into the right field corner. One run comes in to score. Eliason digs for second. It's a 2-run double for Eliason, and it's 8-2 now. Brings up Phoenix West. West led off this inning against Harrison Good with a walk. Runners on second and third, and one out, and Good misses outside ball one. Ball two misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 8-2 now. 6 runs here in the 5th inning. We started this inning tied at 2. 2-0. Down and away. 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0. Outside ball 4. Bases full once again as West draws his second walk of the inning. And now Solano to have a chat with Good. Reliever being sent down to the bullpen for the Hardhats. Might be Jed Jensen sent down to the bullpen. Not much to do at this point. 8-2 our score. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Hardhats. Good winds, kicks, deals, and misses inside to Kieran Long. Bases full, still just the 1 out. Long walked in this inning. Fly to left before that, struck out before that. Looks at ball 2, outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0, there's a strike on the outer edge, 2-1. Two one, inside ball 3. The 3-1. Outside and low, ball 4. A bases loaded walk makes it 9-2.
Walk towards the run and play will be number 18, Brady Hall.
And that'll most likely be the end of the day for Harrison Good. And it will be. We'll take a step aside and come back for the rest of the 5th. Here 9-2 Lobos here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. It is Jet Jensen out of the bullpen for the Hardhats. He pitches with the bases full and the Hardhats trailing 9-2 to Rocky Mountain. Difficult situation, bases full, 1 out. New batter is the pitcher, Brady Hall. And Jensen misses high for ball 1. Jensen has not pitched that much this season. The 1-0 fouled straight back out of play. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, down low, 2 balls and a strike. Hall hit by a pitch, walked, and tripled. Also drove in a run. 2-1 becomes 3 balls and a strike as it misses downstairs. Setting the 3-1, high ball 4, another bases loaded walk. And now it's 10-2.
Walk scores the run, and at the plate, number 14, Ross Frank.
Here's Ross Frank. He bats from the right side, and Jensen hits the outside part of the zone, 0-1. Swung on and missed by Frank, 0-2 now. Lobos have batted around and then some in this inning. 0-2, foul back to the screen. Still 0-2. And really, they haven't batted around. They've done a lot of this damage thanks to bases loaded walks. 0-2, high. A ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. High and tight once again, 2-2. What do you do at this point? The name of the game is throwing strikes. The 2-2 bouncer up the middle into center field, being sent around third. Another run, and 2 runs come in and score. It's a 2-run single for Ross Frank, and now it is 12-2.
Number 24, Christian Wood.
Brings up Christian Wood. Runners on first and second, still 1 out. First pitch to Wood, blocked in the turf by Solano. 1-0. The task doesn't get any easier for the Hardhats tomorrow. A solid Missoula club. 1-0, swung on and missed. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And on Sunday, an always tough Terre Haute, Indiana club. 1-1, swung on and missed. A ball and 2 strikes now. Jensen comes set, and the 1-2, fouled straight back out of play. Still more money to be made on those foul balls. Even after 10 p.m. 1-2, high pop-up, playable on the right side of the infield. Foul territory, Alex Dietrich makes the grab. Out number 2. And now the catcher, Trey Linenfeld. Lindenfeld reached on an error and scored in this 5th inning. Outside of that, he's 0 for 2, so 0 for 3 in total. Looks at a called strike 1 at the knees. 0-1. A 1 swung on and missed, nothing in 2. Jensen working quickly. And Lindenfeld still had his hand up as Jensen came set. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and finally, the inning is over. It's 12-2, Rocky Mountain Lobos heading to the bottom of the 5th. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Hardhats trailing big as we enter the bottom of the 5th. It's a 12-2 score on the State Farm scoreboard, ensured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. They will have Jake Solano, Wilson Kiefer, and Zeke Farley scheduled against Brady Hall. Solano bats from the right side. He dropped down a bunt single, and he might do that again with the third baseman playing back. He swings away here and chops it foul. 0-1. 12 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors defensively for the Hardhats in their column. 12 runs, 8 hits for the Lobos. And Solano looks at ball 1 high. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Hardhats. Beneficiaries of 1 error for Rocky Mountain. 1-1. High and tight. 2 balls and a strike. As mentioned, the task doesn't get any easier for the Hardhats on the rest of this Firecracker, and that's really what the Hardhats like to see. Now, a little blooper in a shallow right field, corralled by the second baseman, Nate Eliason. That's out number 1. But the Hardhats, they don't want easy competition to prepare them for the postseason tournaments. And as mentioned yesterday, Wilson Kiefer looks at a called strike 1 on the inside edge. As mentioned yesterday in Nate Brown's interview on Fox Sports Rapid City, we have the Nate Brown Show with Coach Torvey. This is probably the most talented field of teams in the Firecracker that he has seen ever since he began coaching here in Rapid City. Inside edge called strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes on Kiefer. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Kiefer goes down swinging, out number 2. Top of the order now, Zeke Farley. Again, the Hardhats will play Missoula tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Fireworks to follow tomorrow. 7 o'clock on Sunday against Terre Haute, Indiana. And then game to be determined on Monday on Independence Day. Strike 1 called on Zeke Farley. Down the count he goes 0-1. All set, the 0-1. Bouncer right side, foul. 0-2, and the Hardhats potentially down to their final strike of the evening. All set, and the 0-2. Chopper left side on a hop. Ross Frank fields and fires, and out number 3 as Farley is thrown out. And that'll be the ball game. Hardhats fall in game 2, 12-2 to Rocky Mountain. The Lobos defeat the Hardhats, and the Hardhats move to 0-3 here at the Firecracker and 29-19 overall on the season. We welcome you in right away to our Pioneer Bank and Trust postgame show. Pioneer Bank and Trust is proud to support local sports, and they want to be your trusted partner for all your banking needs. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local. Visit pioneerbankandtrust.com. Really, the story of this ball game, the Hardhats, they battled back. They took the lead, lost the lead, tied the game, and then really just a 10-run 5th inning for Rocky Mountain. It just drug on, and it's not much to say other than bases loaded walks. Hit batters, walks. You got to throw strikes. That's the name of the game, and at this level, let your opponent hit the ball. Your object is to gain an out in 4, maybe 5 pitches. It's not what happened here tonight. And the Hardhats just, they're going to need to regroup for the rest of this tournament. They've got a lot of mental thinking and regrouping to do. And this fan base here in Rapid City will come out and support them tomorrow night against Missoula. That's basically guaranteed. But the Hardhats fall in this one by a final score of 12-2. Today's player of the game is sponsored by Claiborne Lawson Sabres. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to step up for you, the law office at Claiborne Lawson Sabres is always ready. Just Google Claiborne Lawson and Sabres in Rapid City, and the player of the game for Game 2 will give it to Wyatt Anderson. Really, there wasn't much offense here tonight in total. The Hardhats 2 hits in this game and just 3 in Game 1. And this one, a much different game than Game 1, and almost came out of it 1 for 2 on the night, even with just 5 total hits over 2 games. But Wyatt Anderson, single and a run scored in the 4th inning, and that tied the game in the 4th inning before that big 5th. And that was the big run to give the Hardhats a little bit of momentum. Unfortunately for them, they just gave it away right back in the 5th inning. So, Hardhats set to do battle tomorrow night against the Missoula Mavericks. Always a tough ball club. We saw them in Billings, Montana earlier this season, and the Hardhats will see them tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, sharp. unless the previous games go long tomorrow night. So until then, my name is Adam Birch. We'll have the coverage right here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City tomorrow night. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with us on this long night, and have a wonderful evening.